Hey, Wimbledon World Entertainment, and reboots, remakes, prequels, sequels, reimaginings, all that stuff is what we're getting absolutely bombarded with nowadays from Hollywood, and it shows no signs of stopping anytime soon, because this next story is something I never thought I would be ever talking about. Cobra Kai, and no, we're not talking about Cobra Kai, its creators, they're doing a new movie for Universal. That movie, Knight Rider. And they are talking about the Knight Rider series. That's going to now be a movie. Now, I haven't looked at the full article, so I doubt highly that they're looking to bring back the Hoff as Michael Knight. And quite frankly, if it ain't Michael Knight, which is the Hoff, I'm not interested. But we're going to have a look at this because it's just like, really? And then you kind of start asking the questions with seeing how they keep doing these type of things lately. Are they going to try and make it this weird comedy? Because that's what they seem to be doing all the time with these original series when they're trying to make them into movies. Just look at Baywatch and Chips. But let's have a look anyway. So, Kit is going on a new ride courtesy of the creators of Cobra Kai. Jon Hurwitz, Hayden, I'm probably going to butcher this, Schlossberg, and Josh Harold, the creators behind the worldwide Netflix sensation, are in talks to bring Knight Rider, the 1980s action drama centered on a computerized talking car, to the big screen. Harold, Hurwitz, and Schlossberg are in early talks to write the screenplay, with Hurwitz and Schlossberg in early talks to direct. The trio will also produce via their Counterbalance Entertainment production company, joining Kelly McCormick and David Leitch, who are producing through their banner 87 North and its first look deal with Universal. Gary Barber and Chris Stone will produce through Spyglass. So airing on NBC from 1982 to 1986 and created by prolific TV producer Glenn A. Larson, Knight Rider was a key series of the era, featuring a ridiculously high concept, a hunky lead, and a memorable synth theme. David Hasselhoff starred as Michael Knight, a detective who becomes an agent for FLAG, the Foundation for Law and Government, and is partnered with Kit, a modified, artificially intelligent and indestructible Trans Am. Together, the two sped head-on to fight criminals who operate above the law. A feature take has been in development for a while, and the project had a previous script by Kevin Burrows and Matt Miller. The new take is being kept in the back of a semi-trailer. If you're wondering what the hell that was meant to reference, Kit used to drive up into the back of a semi-trailer. Or a semi-trailer, I should say, sorry. But expect the unexpected when it comes to the Cobra Kai creators. Hurwitz and Schlossberg earned their first screen and directing credits with the trippy Harold and Kumar movies, and later wrote and directed American Pie sequel American Reunion for Universal. They teamed up with Harold to create, showrun and executive produce Cobra Kai, a series that served as a sequel to the classic Karate Kid movies, taking a new perspective on old story and property by blending old characters with new talent and melding comedy with drama and heart with action. The trio found a way to appeal to multiple generations. The show became not only one of Netflix's biggest successes, but also proved to be a hit with critics and peers, with the third season earning an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Comedy Series. After the show wrapped its sixth and final season earlier this year on Netflix, Hurwitz and Schlossberg and Harold began looking for their next adventures. One of those is a new installment of Harold and Kumar for Lionsgate and Mandate Pictures. The team has shown a propensity for rethinking classic stories and IP in fresh ways. And on top of Knight Rider and Karate Kid / Cobra Kai, the trio has also tackled the spin-off 1980 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off for Paramount. That project would have told the story of the two valets and the joyride they took with the classic Ferrari. Hurwitz, Schlossberg and Harold are repped by CAA, blah, blah, blah. Who cares who they're repped by and all that stuff. So you're seeing there, it's saying absolutely nothing about whether or not they're looking to bring back David Hasselhoff or anything like that, who, from what I understand, isn't actually doing all that well lately. That the years of alcoholism is starting to catch up on him. Now, people saw him in a wheelchair. He's been photographed in a wheelchair at an airport. And everybody's like, oh my god, he's in a wheelchair. And it's like, the dude is, 72, I believe it is. And it's like, I believe he either just had or was meant to be going for knee surgery as well. So it's like, yeah, obviously he'll be in a wheelchair. This happens all the time and people freak out a bit much. But apparently one of a rep for him or someone close to the family or something said he's starting to struggle a bit, which is sad as well. I've just finished re-watching the entire series of Knight Rider. Literally, only like a week and a half ago, finished watching all 4 seasons again. I grew up watching Knight Rider. I absolutely love Knight Rider. That kind of sequel series that was meant to be also somewhat of a remake series that came out, I believe it only lasted 1 season. I don't recall it getting a second. Was absolutely horrible. Where Kit was now a Mustang and also seemingly a goddamn transformer because it was able to turn into other vehicles. Yeah, like literally it was turning into pickup vans and other cars and all this stuff. And it was like, what the hell is going on? The cars shouldn't be able to do this. But yeah, it's so iconic, the original, and the voice of Kit is iconic. Now, William Daniels, who did the voice of Kit, he's still alive, you know, granted, he's 98 years of age, and I very highly doubt they're going to get him back to do a voice. Now, of course, his voice is synonymous when you think of Kit. Much like when you think of Optimus Prime, you think of Peter Cullen. So, it's kind of like, would they be able to get him in? Or will they get his consent and do what Disney have done with Darth Vader? AI, his voice, but younger and back to that. Don't know. Quite frankly though, as I said, if it ain't David Hasselhoff, I really don't have all that much interest in a Knight Rider movie without the original Knight Rider, Michael Knight. And of course, they're obviously going to change the car again, which also, the car is synonymous with Knight Rider. When you change the car, you're changing the whole thing of the show and the movie and all this type of stuff. You really are. Like, just look at the backlash that Michael Bay got when he changed the look of Optimus and even the look of Bumblebee. So, like, people were looking at going like, that's not what these characters... Like, why isn't Bumblebee a Volkswagen Beetle? That's what he should be. So if they start changing that, I think you're going to run into a bit of backlash as well. But overall, the biggest question I have is, what are they planning to do with this in terms of, is this going to end up being, let's make it a comedy, or are they going to stay faithful to the show? Could they actually do this movie and set it back in the 80s? So you have that look and they can use the original car and stuff like that. We just don't know at this stage. And look, at this stage, this may not happen. You know, right now it's being floated about that they're working on it. There's nothing guaranteed that it's actually happening as of right now, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I just don't see who you're making this for, because if that brand new series didn't work out, couldn't capture an audience, what chance has a movie version of it got? Time will tell, I suppose. But do let us know what you think of this idea of a Knight Rider movie from the guys who brought us Cobra Kai. Yet again, no indication as to when it's set, who's going to be in it. Will they try and get the Hoff back? Don't know. But let us know anyway what you think of all this. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So, like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.